What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Triple Threat Talk. I am your co-host, Connor Ryan.
I'm Jonah Newberger, and welcome back to another episode. Connor, how have you been?
Been good. It's been 2 weeks since our last episode. Happy 4th of July, everyone. Jonah, I know you were in Rockport.
Yeah, I was out in Mass. It was a good time. Took some time off the pod to enjoy the holiday and
enjoy the festivities.
Exactly.
So, but you have a good time with the family and everything?
Yeah, it was a good time. Nice little break, and we're back.
There you go.
Yeah.
And let's just say quite a lot has happened since the last episode. Last time we had an episode, we were covering the draft, literally our draft special. And since then, free agency, or about 95% of free agency has happened. Trades are happening, extensions are being made, and we are in the prime of Summer League now. Yeah. Which means one thing: training camp is soon, which means the NBA is back soon.
Can't wait.
But along the way, I mean, some major things happened, like major team shakeups, major just overall shift in the NBA landscape. And I think, and I'd say the biggest probably happened, depending on who you ask in terms of biggest either happened about within the first 2 hours of free agency or the next day, depending on who you ask. And
yeah,
I think we'll cover the first one because I'd say it's more impactful to the current state of the NBA. Cam Johnson is now a Denver Nugget, and Michael Porter Jr. is a Brooklyn Net.
Yeah, I was like trade.
Was there any idea that Michael Porter Jr. would be off of this team by the beginning of the season? Really?
I think for a while, even throughout the whole season, I was like, I think MPJ is going to be gone. Yes, he was. I mean, I liked him in Denver, but his productivity wasn't where it should have been. He was super streaky, and he was like, what, 30-something mil? He was getting paid.
I think he might have been.
He was
40.
Yeah, so I'm not surprised by it. I think it's a good trade. I think the Nuggets got better. I think right now the Nuggets are the winner of the offseason. Is that a crazy take? They've made some good moves.
I don't think it's a crazy take at all.
They have made some great moves, and I like where they're going. And I think getting rid of MPJ was huge. I think like Cam Johnson's going to bring a different spark to the team, and I really like that move for the Denver Nuggets.
Real quick, Michael Porter Jr.'s contract is a 5-year, 179, so 5-year, 180. He'll be making $38 million this year and $40 million next year.
Yeah.
I do not disagree with you at all with what you said about the Nuggets. I think by far, I'd say either them or the Spurs are my winner out of the West in terms of the best offseason.
Yeah.
You turn Michael Porter Jr., you lose Michael Porter Jr. and Dario Saric. And
Saric was the worst player on the team. That was such a good getting rid of him.
I'm aware, but you get Bruce Brown, Cam Johnson, Tim Hardaway Jr., and Jonas Valanciunas. You get the secondary big man that you need, which, by the way, that is like the weird situation.
Yeah.
Out of everything. And
but
even
it sounds
then,
like right now he's going to play, but I'm just like, how can one just leave while he's under contract? I don't get it.
I think it's just the foreign aspect. Like, he just go home.
Yeah.
So,
but I think he'll be on the team. And
I
like
think
you
so
said,
too.
I think it's going to be a great backup, like big man for Jokic when Jokic comes out. Bring back Bruce Brown. Bruce Brown has been hinting for the last 2 years he's wanted to come back. So that's huge. Tim Hardaway, that'll be a good off the bench guy, and then Cam Johnson. Like, I feel like they're gonna be very, very solid this year.
Like, you can look at that team, and you can now be like, okay with how the lineup is going to look for the non-Jokic minutes. Because if you go probably Murray, Brown, or Murray, Brown, Christian, Cam Johnson, Gordon, and Jonas Valanciunas. That's a good lineup.
Yeah, I mean they still have Peyton Watson off the bench. The
Julian
Nuggets,
Strother,
and then we got
who's that third?
Deron Holmes he's a rookie who will be back this year. So honestly, I think
the only thing they need is a secondary primary ball handle.
Yeah, someone to back up Murray, like truly. Because I think they're gonna. Did they lose Russ?
I
I
think
think,
so.
or is he a free agent? I think he might
He's a
still be a
free
free.
agent right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
What if they go get Chris Paul?
That would be very interesting.
Arguably his best shot to win a ring.
Is he? I thought he's still under. Is he not still under contract in San
I think he's a
Antonio?
free agent.
That could be a very interesting move.
I will also
Yeah,
look that up.
off the bench ball handler just to run the second unit with like some of those younger guys. That could be very interesting because right now, aside from the Thunder, because they just won it, I think the Nuggets are the best team in the West.
Yeah, he's an unrestricted free agent right now. He signed a 1 year, $10 million deal with the Spurs.
That would be very interesting. That'd be very interesting. Well, there's still yeah.
Jeez. I'm just looking at Chris Paul's contracts throughout the year. The maximum veteran extension, which is what Tatum signed to get the 3-year, 5-year, $300 million. For Chris Paul, the maximum veteran extension with the Clippers was 5-year, 107.
My God, money's just gone crazy.
But huge for the Nuggets.
Yeah.
I think that is legitimately the move that had to be made. It allows more fluidity within their offense. I understand MPJ is a fan favorite for sure, but if you are looking at that team,
look at the team now. Look at their starting five: Murray, Brown, Cam Johnson, Gordon, and Jokic. That's a very solid five.
Whereas if you say that with Porter, it's still very good, but you're also that's not as well oiled of a machine.
For sure.
And I think that's almost why a Chris Paul would work, because it's okay, how are you going to outsmart Jokic and Chris Paul?
Literally. They're both, yeah. That'll be...
Nuggets, I think, have arguably the best offseason so far.
For sure.
Out of the West, at least, I think, easily.
Well, I mean, if you stay in the West, if you look at some of those in the Thunder... They didn't really make moves, but they just extended everybody.
Thunder didn't make moves, but they extended everybody. And
I don't understand. If you look at I know those contracts aren't going to hit for another year or so, I believe.
I think it's another
year or two, maybe.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
Dude, they're going to have, depending on when and who's on the team, they're going to have 3 or 4 guys costing them $200 million, which is ridiculous.
I think that's what a lot of Thunder fans, I think are kind of scoffing the fact at. They're saying oh, the second apron isn't going to hit us. It's okay, you protect yourself for now with being able to sign SGA, Chet, and
J-Dub. Dude, those 3 guys alone, I think, are making $170 million combined, maybe more.
The only reason they're able to do it, and they have to do it now, is because of the fact they're going to lose Hartenstein. They're going to lose Case and Wallace. They're going to lose a plethora of these guys. And I think that's the reason why Sam Presti is building up these draft picks of hey, I'm seeing these talents and I know where to go. If I just get a couple of these guys, we're going to hit and we're going to be able to put them on these not as expensive contracts. And sure, we might stay young, but that's going to keep us fresh. That's going to keep us hungry. And then you keep going with that, and you're all right, we have these 5-6 guys who we have on 4-year deals now, all making under $20 million a year.
Yeah,
all fit into our
J-Dub right now is making $4 million a year,
and then can run with SGA, Chet, and J-Dub. What I think the reason why Oklahoma City fans are saying that they aren't worried about the second apron is because they can keep. The 3 of them are going to work together to basically say, we are going to stay together. We're going to take the money.
Yes, but that's 2 different conversations. Because if you want to stay together, someone's got to take pay cuts. They're all making over $50 million a year.
No, I know. But what I'm trying to say is the 3 of them can stay together. The salary will allow that. What the salary won't allow is the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th guy to be of value.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm concerned for the Oklahoma City. Yeah. It's not so much the fact that Chet and SGA and J-Dub are going to be playing together. Well, duh. If you can keep those 3 together, you're going to try and keep those 3 together. But it's the aspect a player like Alex Caruso and of Alex Caruso value will not be going to the Thunder. A player of Case and Wallace or of Isaiah Hartenstein value, they will not be going to the Thunder unless they are drafted. And that is why the Thunder scheme is working right now. But the money aspect of things, deserved, yes. ridiculous even more so. So, I mean, but I think the aspect of it is it's something in regards of like I don't know. I just like I think what I here I'll go into like the little theory that I have in regards to the CBA and why it was. I think in a way like what the whole purpose of the CBA is trying to do is lower costs of everything for the owners, for the players and everything like that. I wouldn't be shocked if this CBA was created to try and save money and basically force players in the next couple of years to say, okay, fine, I made my big money a couple of years ago. I'm going to take the 20 to 30% pay cut so we can go get another guy.
Mm-hmm.
Jalen Brunson this past year, knowing that their plan was to try and probably go. I'm sure he was aware of what the plan was a lot earlier than anybody else, or not anybody else, but a lot of other people, and to go get Cat. So he was like, all right, I'm going to clear some stuff out. I'm still making a lot of money. Like we are acting as if like people are going to be detrimented by the loss of $100 million, as if they aren't making $100 million already. I get it. 100 million extra is a whole lot of money. But what do you like realistically, Jonah, if you had $100 million already, would you be able to spend that all in like a timely manner that isn't like the rest of your life?
I mean, it's certainly doable.
Sure. But
well,
like,
especially with those guys, I feel like they're...
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
It's like, they're gonna, like, especially at the age they're at.
Mm-hmm.
J-Dub is what, 23, 22? We're talking a guy by 30 could have like $500 million.
You see, like, Cooper Flag is projected to be a billionaire by 2032.
That's what I mean. We are getting
Ridiculous.
we're getting into a money issue, and it's just going to push away fans.
Yeah.
And then the salary cap is going to become more and more of a devil itself. So what I honestly think this was to make teams and make players say, hey, I'm willing to take less money.
Mm-hmm.
And what I also think the ultimate goal of this is to shorten the season. If players are going to take less money for the amount that the owners are making, they're not going to want to play 82 games. If they're going to be putting their bodies on the line to where they're going to be dealing with possibly life-threatening injuries for a multitude of reasons, whether it be the Achilles or the ACLs, like a meniscus, whatever it is. If we shorten the season, we're going to protect those. And if we shorten the season, then it's also like, hey, the money to game ratio comes a little bit more even. Mm-hmm. Sure, the aspect of 82 games isn't going to be there, but if you keep the season length, right, and you take away 20 games, that instantly makes road trips easier. That makes things a lot more accessible, which I think players would be willing to do.
Yeah, to get rid of back-to-backs too. I mean, there's definitely, yeah.
It's like, and that's the tough part with like the whole conversation of people being like the NBA should not be an 82 game season. It's like okay. I don't think a player is going to say it shouldn't. But the moment that they're going to realize their checks are going to be cut, they're going to say, whoa, we'll play 82.
Yeah.
So, shout out the Nuggets, though, and the Thunder.
Yeah.
But the extensions that are being made are crazy. Like, I mean, I saw somebody post something, and it was like, and he was like, out of respect, I don't mean this in like a mean way, but Santi Aldama should not be making $52 million over a 3-year period. And it's like, when you put it like that, it's like, yeah, it's ridiculous.
Do you think Devin Booker...
Duncan Robinson, $70 or $145 million over
2 years. That's ridiculous. Like, yes, he's good, but you're going to have your entire team,
he's not
your entire payroll.
$73.5 million a year good.
And
or no, sorry, he's not $72.5 million a year.
And you're going to have your entire payroll and your entire salary tied up in like one player, which is ridiculous. But... And I mean, LeBron also 2 years, what, $5 million, $104 million? That's crazy to me. I still feel like do you think there's a possibility that LeBron is not an LA Laker come the start of the season?
Well, that was pretty
Have you seen all these things going around recently?
I just did a quick little Google search, by the way. Sorry to mini tangent. Devin Booker will be making more money in a single year than the entire GDP of Tuvalu. Tuvalu is a GDP of $65 million. So, the more you know. What were you asking me?
I said, do you think LeBron will be an LA Laker? Have you seen the whole thing that over a couple weeks?
Who cares?
Did you see him working out at the Cleveland Cavs facility?
I could care less.
I just think it's a little weird, though.
I could care less. It really does not matter.
Why?
Just retire. I'm getting sick.
Okay.
I'm getting sick.
Dude, he's still balling.
I don't care if you're still balling. Like, your primary focus is to win. Okay, take a pay cut.
He did say that, and then he took a $50 million a year deal.
I want what's best for the team. I want to get players who are going to help us win. And
so he does that. So by doing that, he takes $50 million a year.
So you're gonna take like 30 something mil, or like 25 even if you're real nice. Who said I was taking a pay cut?
Yeah.
It's like, really.
I don't really think they got better too. Like, yeah, they got Ayton, but
did you see what Jason McIntyre said?
Mm-mm.
So do you know who Colin Cowherd is? Like the Herd?
Yeah.
He fills in for him when he's on vacation.
God, dude, he has some hot takes on the Celtics.
I don't like him on that show, but when he does his podcast,
I remember a couple years back, he's like LeBron.
Yo, LeBron,
we got Ben Simmons. We're good.
Simmons.
What a stupid take.
Long story short, Jason McIntyre said that DeAndre Ayton is in the same realm of player as Nikola Jokic and Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Do these guys watch basketball?
Just because the guy averaged 15 and 10. He's like, these are the guys that have averaged 15 and 10 over the past couple of years. It's like, okay, but he's also 15 out for, 10. He only plays about half a season. 1, 2, he does not care.
Yeah, and it's funny because 15 and 10, okay, but if you look at Jokic and Giannis, those guys are averaging 30.
Yeah.
That's half of their. Oh, God, what a stupid take.
No, they didn't get better. They
really didn't. Like, Luke, like, okay.
You don't, like...
LeBron, Bronny.
You lost Dorian Finney-Smith.
Dude, they have Bronny, though. Did you see that Bronny versus Cooper Flag Summer League game?
It was the 4th most viewed Summer League game in NBA history.
And they both, like, did not play very well. Did you see the ticket prices? Courtside tickets? Dude, guess what courtside was to Bronny versus Cooper Flag?
$2K?
$2,500. Lower bowl, $650. They said it was more expensive than Game 1 of the NBA Finals for a Summer League game.
Yeah, and Oklahoma City thinks they have emotion. Okay.
Then the Cooper Flag had, 10 points, I think. Bronny had 8. Dude, Bronny was kind of putting the clamps on Cooper Flag, though.
Yeah.
He missed the game-winning shot at the end, but it's all right.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Okay. Other notable trades: Alonzo Ball to the Cavs.
Dude, I'm sad about that. I like Lonzo. I liked Lonzo on the Bulls.
I mean, yeah.
I just feel like the Bulls, they've made such stupid moves by trading Levine, DeRozan, and
Lonzo
and Caruso, and maybe one other player. They got 0 first-round picks.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
You got Josh Giddey.
Yay. Have you seen the rumors that after next season that Jokic might sign with the Bulls? Have you seen those rumors going around? Because there's a big Serbian population in Chicago and in Illinois, so they're thinking that could be attraction for Jokic to go to Chicago, because he said he's not going to sign an extension until next season. He's not going to sign on this offseason.
You spend much more time in the city of Chicago than I have, obviously, going to school there. Are there horse tracks nearby?
Well, at least there's a lot of farmland, so I'm sure there's a horse track
within
somewhere.
A general vicinity of like a 2-hour radius.
Probably more than there is in Denver.
He might be a Bull next year.
Jokic, you are a Chicago Bull.
I think he's going to stay in Denver. I think it's literally just like...
He goes and wins 7 rings with the Bulls.
No, I think it's the aspect that he can sign for 4 years, $300 million next year, and then...
Yeah. The question is, do you think the Nuggets will pay that? Because remember when they just signed their new GM, and they're like, well, if we have to, we'll get rid of Jokic. He was like hinting at that. I was like, it's kind of weird. But who knows? That's neither here nor there.
I think that was only from the perspective of if like Jamal, Porter, and Aaron all went down with season-ending injuries, and we were like, we need to just like, because it's like, and like they were out for the entirety of the next season, and then it was like the season after would be a rehab year. At that point, then it's like, all right, we're not going to waste this guy's time for 3 years.
Yeah.
Like, we will respect his wishes of wanting to contend. Whereas now it's like, hey, like, as much as he, like, if I had a GM, like, if Brad Stevens said, oh, like, we might have to trade Zero, but then had the offseason like they just had, I'd be like, I don't care.
Dude, if the Celtics ever trade Jason Tatum, I don't think I'll watch basketball ever again.
That's not what I was. That's not what I was.
No, I know. I know. I'm just saying. You know how sad I'd be.
I would be so mad. But Lonzo to the Cavs brings that defensive guard.
Dude, Cleveland could be good next year.
They are the favorite to win.
They were good. Yeah, I'm not surprised about that, especially with the Celtics with what they got rid of and injuries and whatnot.
Like, you bring back you have the entire roster. You improve on Isaac Okoro with Lonzo Ball. Sure,
Dude,
losing Ty Jerome hurts,
if they were completely healthy in the playoffs, I think they could have made more noise than they did. Yes, Indiana had a crazy, yeah. Yes, Indiana had a great run, and I mean, obviously they were the 1 seed. They had a great season, so I feel like the Cavs could be very, very good next year. I have a hot take here. I think the Atlanta Hawks will be a top 6 seed in the East.
I saw that, and I like it
because they didn't lose like too much. Trae Young is still balling. They got Porzingis. They signed Luke Kennard, who's a sharpshooter. Do you know Luke Kennard has the 3rd highest 3-point percentage in NBA history? Do they still have Clint Capella?
No, he's to the Rockets, but they got Nickeil Alexander-Walker as well.
Yeah, so they have him, Porzingis, Kennard.
So here,
I feel like the Hawks could be a sneaky team next year.
You can go into most lineups and have a closing lineup with Nickeil Alexander-Walker and Dyson Daniels as your guards. Jalen Johnson and who else could they throw out? Like Onyeka Okongwu and Kristaps Porzingis as a defensive lineup. So you lose Capella, you lose Karis LeVert, Larry Nance Jr., Terrence Mann, Georges Niang.
I'm okay with that.
Georges Niang, Terrence Mann, and Karis LeVert were all there on from trades.
Yeah,
and Larry and then you have, because I want to say they also had a good draft as well.
Mm-hmm. I think the Hawks are going to be a sneaky team
because I think the Hawks fleeced the Pelicans into getting the Pelicans pick for next year.
Hey,
let me take a look. Okay, yeah, they got Asa Newell. They got Asa Newell, and let me see here. The way that they have it worded is just so poorly.
I feel like they'll be
okay, Jalen Johnson, Dyson Daniels, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Kristaps Porzingis, Zachary Rissache, Luke Kennard, Trae Young, Asa Newell, Onyeka Okongwu.
Oh, that's a good, solid
and the GOAT,
team.
Vic Krejci. That's a good team.
Yeah.
Dude, we have kids that are born in 05 and 06 now in the NBA.
That's ridiculous. I'm feeling old.
Yeah. No, I like that take. I think my version of that take is I think the Spurs are going to be a top 6 seed in the West.
Yeah. Is Wemby healthy again?
Yeah, he'll be fully healthy.
Yeah.
Because the blood clot, I think, had cleared up.
So he was doing soccer in France.
Yeah, and he was a goddamn Shaolin warrior. You see that?
Yeah, I did.
But if you look at this team, Keldon Johnson, Wemby, Dylan Harper, De'Aaron Fox, Stephon Castle, Luke Cornett, Jeremy Sohan, Carter Bryant, Kelly Olynyk, Devin Vassell, Julian Champagny, and Harrison Barnes. It's literally just if Dylan Harper pans out to what he should be and Carter Bryant is effective. And I know you're a Carter Bryant fan, and do you want to know the honest truth of why I really want to do the Jaylen Brown trade to the Spurs? Hear me out.
I'm listening.
First off, the only way I would have done the Jaylen Brown trade is if Stephon Castle and the number 2 pick and the 14 pick was in that pick. Well, obviously if Wemby was, but if we could have gotten, dude, imagine a Celtics lineup with Dylan Harper, Derek White, Carter Bryant, Jason Tatum, and a center. That would have been cool.
Yeah. Speaking of Celtics centers,
what a depth chart.
We don't have one.
I know we
don't have a center on the team.
I'm aware.
We lost Cornette.
Amari Williams.
We lost, dude. That was a solid pick.
By the way, actually, hold on. Speaking of the Spurs, we need a moment of silence real quick for one glorious Luke Cornett.
He should have stayed.
Thank you. I'm so fucking mad he left.
Dude, I thought he was going to stay.
I'm so depressed. I knew he was going to left. I knew he was going to leave, and I'm glad he's going to San Antonio because I like San Antonio.
Mm-hmm. Dude,
we were never going to be able to pay him that much. We were never.
Dude, he got the bag. I mean, good for him. But
if we can't pay Horford that much, we are not going to be able to pay.
Well, I guess
Luke Cornett.
I guess they offered both of them contracts. Luke
well,
obviously
yeah, that's what
left.
you're going to do.
I still wonder what Al's going to do. I'm shocked it's taking this long. It's July 11th.
I think he's really
July
considering
12th.
Retirement. I think he really is contemplating with.
Do you think it's between retirement and Golden State, or do you think Boston's still in the mix?
I think if I am Al Horford and I legitimately am thinking about my future, I think there are 4 options.
Can I guess your 4?
Go ahead.
Was retirement one of them? Boston, Golden State, Denver.
Here's
Him
why.
on the Nuggets would be nasty. If Al goes to the Nuggets, I genuinely think the Nuggets will go to the NBA Finals.
Here's why.
Year.
You retire, you're a Celtic legend for life. You stay with the Celtics, you're a Celtic legend for life. You go to the Warriors, people are going to put a blemish on you for not being a Celtic legend, but you're an idiot. He's a Celtic legend for life. If he goes to the Nuggets, I would actually root for that team so much more. And
yeah, dude, he could win a ring,
and he would probably win a second ring.
Probably win a second ring next year. Dude, imagine Horford coming off the bench.
Dude,
imagine taking out Jokic and putting in Al Horford.
The only concern. Yes.
Yeah, at that age. Who knows, dude? He's. I guess he started like that Tom Brady like diet and like health stuff. He's probably in insanely good shape.
He is, and also it's like because of Valanciunas and Aaron Gordon and Jokic, you can make him your 3rd, 4th big.
And he can shoot the 3. Like he would space the floor so well for the Nuggets.
Yeah.
Like imagine Horford and Jokic on the court at the same time.
I was gonna say if you get a double big lineup of Allen Jokic,
that would be nasty.
May not be the most perfect thing defensively, but it's still there. At least
I still want him back on the Celtics though. I love Al.
Yeah, I do too. But
we need to get a center. We don't have a fucking center.
Who needs a center when you can just sign a guy who is ready to rehab with Jason Tatum?
Dude, I want the Celtics to get Lillard so bad.
Before we get into that though, we need to I need your thoughts on the overall Pacers Bucks thing from that 30-minute span that all that happened. Because I was at work when that happened, and my jaw hit the floor when Miles Turner signed with the Bucks, and my jaw hit the floor. We were talking
about that a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
we were talking about the money he'd make, and he goes to Milwaukee. I was shocked about that.
Because what does that do for Milwaukee?
Miles
Turner's a great player. But
where's Brook Lopez? Did he resign or see free agent? Okay, Clippers. So he's gone. Okay, so he kind of takes that role in a way.
Zubac. So he's backing up Zubac, but in 2018, Zubac was backing up Lopez for the Lakers.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Full circle. It's interesting. Well, I guess Turner kind of takes that spot. They waive Lillard, which was shocking.
It was purely just for the money.
They're still gonna have to pay him over the next 5 years.
Well, so here's like the weird way to think about it, and here's why, like where my brain is going with it. To get Miles Turner, you're basically paying 44 or like, because how much did he make? It was like 4-year 108 or something for Miles Turner.
Let's look it up, Miles.
Because that'd be it'd be $27 million a year, and then also the $22 million over the next 5 years.
He signed a 4-year, $108 million.
So that's $27 million on average a year for Miles Turner, plus the $22 million of dead cap space now for Damian Lillard that you will be paying him. So that's $49 million for the next 4 years for Miles Turner, plus another year of $27 million. Or plus another year of $22 million that will be going to Damian Lillard. That is bad business.
So you think Giannis is gone?
I don't think he'll be gone. Because
do you think
because all the Milwaukee front office is gonna do is say it's
here's
gonna
$80 million a year.
And it's gonna have no numbers, and he's gonna go, you choose the number, here's the maximum you can go. If that's the number you want, you can have it. He's at the point where he could care less about what happens, I think.
I feel like he's in his prime.
He's doing live stream with speed.
Amazing.
And he is getting pranked on camera that he's getting traded by fans.
Dude, I just feel like his time in... Yes, he won the ring. I was so happy when he won the ring with Milwaukee. That was awesome to see. I just feel like right now he's in his prime and those years are getting wasted. And I feel like he needs to go somewhere where he can... Like, yes, he's still super dominant, but the Bucks team that we saw 3-4 years ago is not the same Bucks team as we see now. He had those pieces that he had 3-4 years ago when they were truly, like, when you were going up to Milwaukee to play in a playoff game, that was like, damn, this is going to be a tough game. Now it's just like, okay, the Pacers ran through them in, 5 games?
Yeah, like, and it's been that way for the past... Or no, last year was 6, I think.
It's been that year at least since they won the ring, though. So, I don't know. I feel like he needs to leave and go to a team where, yes, he can still be dominant, but, like, truly have a chance to win another ring. I really like Giannis, so I want to see him, I would like to see Giannis win another ring. I want him on the Celtics.
Would you do a Jaylen Brown for Giannis deal?
If the deal was right, I would. Dude, I love Giannis.
Straight up. Just those two players.
One for one?
Yeah.
Yes and no.
What's the no?
Well, I'm just trying to figure out how he would pair with Tatum, because Tatum. I mean, they're like, no, but think about it. Because would you put Tatum at the 3, Giannis at the 4? We'd fill in a random 5, Derek at the 1, and then you have Pritchard or
Dame. White, Tatum.
So you're starting
Giannis,
Pritchard.
Giannis.
So are you assuming we're getting
a 5?
Yeah, honestly, as much as I love Jaylen Brown, and we both love Jaylen Brown, I feel like
if you walk into any arena with that lineup, 2 guards who have the ability to score 40 with any.
Yeah, Tatum and Giannis.
Two of the best
Giannis is
shooters.
Unstoppable.
You have two of the most versatile defenders as your 3 and your 4, who are also very good ball handlers and playmakers, and throw in a good screener rebounding 5. Do you want to know who that 5th? Do you want to know who the 5 would have been perfect for in that lineup?
Porzingis.
Luke Cornett.
Yeah, honestly.
Because if you sit there for half a second and you go,
fuck,
White, Pritchard, Tatum, Giannis, Luke Cornett, I'm like,
that 2-3 zone would go crazy.
We wouldn't even need to send a second and 2-3 zone. We could go man and be.
Could you imagine that?
Yeah, we're gonna. The best switching opportunity you have is either Luke Cornett, who's 7'1", or Peyton Pritchard, who will just beat you to your spot.
Yeah.
And then you have Jordan Walsh, Baylor Shireman, whoever we draft next year with a top 5 pick, and Neemias Queta.
I guess he's still on the team.
It is tough when you look at that team and you see Luka Garza, Amari Williams, Neemias Queta as our 3.
Do you think they trade Anthony Simons?
I don't think they will. I think what they would do, though, and I wouldn't be shocked at this, let him let him go crazy.
And then trade him at the deadline?
Correct. Get 2 first-round picks from
let him get his 20, 25 a game.
And then we get 3 first-round picks next year. And then it's like, all right, we're back. We're the number 1 team. So we somehow got Cameron Boozer and AJ DeBonsa. Jason, are you healthy? Yes, you are. Okay, sweet. So we have 3 top 50 players in the NBA now. Sweet.
We'll take it. But I probably would do that Brown for Giannis.
I would.
But I would love to see them sign Dame. Let him rehab with Tatum. That would be so fun.
Okay, question. I'm going to just list off some players, and you would, for Jaylen Brown, straight up.
Okay.
I'm not going to go obvious.
Is it just
Jokic,
a 1-for-1?
1-for-1.
Okay.
Jokic, Giannis, yes.
Yeah.
Don't have to ask Tatum, but I would.
Huge. Wait, Brown for Tatum?
If Tatum was on another team,
100%.
Luka?
No.
SGA? I would be more closer to saying yes for SGA than Luka, but I'm also still saying no.
Yeah.
And that isn't us saying no to SGA as the player, because it's I think SGA is arguably the better player than Brown. And not arguably, I think he is. But in terms of team fit,
both Finals MVP.
True.
Come on.
Should have been Tatum's, but
should have.
No biggie.
We'll be saying that for the next 100 years.
Anthony Edwards.
No.
That's crazy. I think that's just. I think that's just nostalgia and already being a Celtic telling you that.
No, dude, no. Even if I wasn't a Celtics fan, I would not trade. Even if I was on a complete, if Brown was on another team, I wouldn't get Anthony Edwards. Dude, he is so He's so hot and cold. Look at him in the playoffs this year. Dude, he was so streaky. I remember watching those games when they were playing. Dude, he had like 8 points in one game. Dude, he is so up and down. For someone who talks so much like shit, yes, he backs it up sometimes, but I was not impressed with his playoff performance this season.
You know, he's 21 and 21 in playoff games. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Played Anthony Edwards. He's played 42 playoff games already.
Yeah. 2022. I mean, last year he played majority of them, and this year.
Yeah, but dude, his productivity was not there. Yes, he's still young, and I guess if you're looking at that, yeah.
You want to hear his averages over the 42 games? 27, 7, and 6.
Okay, but look at his 2 series of this playoffs and go game by game. Yes, he had some big games, but there were some. If you look at his shooting percent, I was not impressed. I'm gonna pull it up because there was a couple games in particular that I remember.
I got you right here. 19, 6, and 2 in game 5. 16, 4, and 6 in game 3.
What was his shooting percentage?
Both under 40.
Okay.
But we're both talking about extremely streaky players. We're not talking about
I agree, but I feel like, I don't know.
I think, here's what I think. I'm talking situation wise. I think Anthony Edwards would become one of the best off ball players. He wouldn't have to worry about ball handling nearly as much. He could just get to his spot.
So that's what I'm saying. So would he be coming in to a lineup of Pritchard, White, Tatum?
Yeah.
Okay. And he's like 22, 23, and Brown's about 27. So I guess if you take the age into it,
that's
you're getting younger.
That's also what I'm taking.
I mean, okay, I guess maybe Ant. If you look at it that.
Yeah, I think it's just you get a much better scorer, I'd say.
Yeah.
In terms of levels, better 3-point shooter for sure, better finisher, much more explosive. I'd say I'd probably give Brown the midi game just because of his post work.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, speaking of post work, did you see what Paul Pierce said?
No.
He basically called himself the greatest scorer of all time.
Called Paul Pierce? He called himself?
Yeah, it was basically.
Did he not watch Michael Jordan?
He was going through a lineup of who do you think's a better scorer? And it was him versus a plethora of players.
I want to hear who those players were. Okay. So let me just ask you: better scorer, Michael Jordan or Paul Pierce?
Michael Jordan.
Okay, Kobe Bryant or Paul Pierce?
Kobe Bryant.
What about Kevin Durant or Paul Pierce?
Kevin Durant. I think Kevin Durant is the greatest scorer of all time.
I agree. James Harden or Paul Pierce?
Oh, James Harden. 2019 James Harden is.
That's what I'm saying.
I think the most gifted scorer of all time.
LeBron or Paul Pierce?
There are more ways than Michael.
I was about to say that. Seven one. Yeah.
Going to the rack, the T-Mac.
That's the only one I think. That is ridiculous.
Hey, hold on.
He said he has a better post up than Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant is 7 feet tall.
By the way, he took himself over T-Mac, and then the next one was LeBron, and he took himself over that. By the way, I got a text from my good friend of my friend Zarch. He said, "Get your mans." He called me and was like, "Have you seen this?" And I said, "Yes." And he's like, "How do you feel about it?" And I go, I can like somebody and completely disagree with what they have to say.
Mm-hmm.
No. I think Paul Pierce is great. I think with the way that the NBA is today, I think he would be a 30-point per game scorer. I think he'd be a top 15 guy in the league. No, he's not better than any of those guys. The only one that I said maybe for was AI.
Yeah,
and that's
that was
purely
the only one.
just because of size. Yeah. Only because of size. If you were to put Paul Pierce in Allen Iverson's body, Allen Iverson is the better scorer. But no, that is a...
Dude, he said he's better than James Harden. Harden averaged 50 for a month.
There was a stretch he was averaging 40, for half the year.
His MVP season was ridiculous. Did Paul Pierce ever win a regular season MVP? And that's no hate towards Paul Pierce. I love Paul Pierce. I'm just saying.
That MFR.
He said Steph Curry. He said
He said he
ain't the truth with all these. Let's be real.
I understand what his approach of it was, but it comes off flat. It very much is the approach of I have more
3-level
tools.
score.
I have more tools in my bag than Steph does. I have more tools in my bag.
I guess 3-level score maybe, but
not better than Jordan. He's not. I'd say he's a better 3-level scorer than Jordan, just because Jordan was never that elite 3-point shooter. But if you give Jordan a fucking week, he's gonna become arguably one of the greatest 3-point shooters of all time.
And he can still hit the 3 too.
Yeah, no, it's like we're talking about Jordan being a bad 3-point shooter just because volume and his efficiency wasn't like top tier. If he had the volume of today's game with the efficiency that he had then it's like honestly manageable. Because it wasn't like he was shooting like 25%. He was shooting like 34, 35. And it was just like on like 3 attempts, 2 attempts, 4 attempts a game.
Yeah, and you're still putting up 50.
Like, people saw game 1 against the Blazers and him doing the shrug and him making 6 threes in the first half. And we're like, oh yeah, like that's just a coincidence. That's the NBA now.
Yeah.
If somebody made 6 threes in the first half, they'd have a target on the back for the rest of the game. So you're not better than Jordan. You're definitely not better than KD. You're not better than Braun. Not better than Kobe. I mean, like, maybe you could say Braun only because I wouldn't like, because Braun is like a spot up shooter. I have a lot of issues with. I just don't really think he's that effective.
As a spot
and
up?
what I mean by that is like catching the post, turning and facing, and then just like having like that one-on-one matchup from about 15, 20 feet out on the left side or right side wing in that ISO box where it's like prime like jab step territory and rise up and pull over. Like Kobe was perfect at that because he could just jump over everybody and just like rip around in ways you never thought of.
Yeah.
Carmelo could make the smallest amount of space.
So do you think Paul Pierce is a better scorer than Melo?
I think those are like the two most comparable scorers you can have.
That's what I agree. And that's where we should have started.
Because I think because I know this is going to sound weird, they're two clunky scorers.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not it's clunky because it looks awkward, but it's so smooth.
Yeah.
Because when you look at the footwork and you look at like the placement of everything, it's like that's so precise. That's like literally demon work that they're doing. But then you just see it in fast speed. You're like, these are just two chubby guys who are just somehow getting to every spot that they're looking for.
Yeah, yeah.
And it made no sense. I think the one thing the league really was grateful for with, speaking of Paul Pierce, I was thinking of just how good 2012 Rajon Rondo was the other day. And it was just ridiculous. Like, I think a lot of people really do I wouldn't say a disrespect or just, I think it's a lot of things that you look at Rondo's game and you're just like, really? Like, I don't really know. But if you're looking, like, he did not have really a relevant season until like after he left Boston. It was Boston, like, Rookie of the Year. He was a top 20 guy in Defensive Player of the Year for the year they won the chip. The next year, he was all defensive second team and was 10th in Defensive Player of the Year voting. The next year, he was top 5 in Defensive Player of the Year voting, was a all defensive first team and an all-star with 2.3 steals a game and 9.8 assists with 14 points. And then you get to arguably his 2 best seasons ever. 10th in MVP voting, 5th in Defensive Player of the Year, all-star defensive first team with 11 points, 11 assists, and 2.5 steals a game on pretty good shooting numbers, except for 3. And then for the next year, 2011, 2012, an MVP voting all-star, all-NBA third team, defensive second team on 12 points, 12 assists, 2 steals a game. So, like, I get it. It's not the prettiest, but it's like we're talking about an elite point guard.
Didn't he win a ring with the Lakers? Bubble ring?
I mean, there were so many players on that team that you're just like, damn, they're ending their career without a ring. And then you look at that team, you're like, oh my God, they all have rings.
Yeah. Like even when Caruso made the comments about it, I was like, really? He even knows it's not a real ring. Did you see Caruso's comment about that though?
Yeah, I did.
It's like, now whatever. Yeah.
Now you guys will say I have a real one.
Yeah.
But Caruso, Dwight Howard, DeMarcus Cousins, Quinn Cook,
on that team?
Jared Dudley, Like, we're talking like,
Do you see Jared Dudley's now like a top assistant for the Nuggets?
yeah, he's like the assistant for the Nuggets for David Adelman.
It's so random.
He sent out like a long-winded post of like, man, I'm gonna miss Dallas. Bro, you can still live there.
Dude, I didn't even know
Nobody's
you was
asking you to move to Denver. You'll have
Think
to just
anyone
come
knew he
over
was
for
there.
business trips. I knew he was there. Because I remember seeing clips last year of Jared Dudley as like on the bench and everything. I was like, oh, Jared Dudley's an assistant for the Mavs. And then when I was working like the Boston College games over the fall, I think he might have went to the Duke game. Yeah, he did. Because
probably scouting.
One, he was scouting, and two, he I think had like a recognition or something. I can't remember exactly. I can't remember. Wait, hold on. Let me do some cross checking. February 6th, 2025. So if I go and check out, give me Boston College basketball. Okay. So he came and saw Louisville versus Boston College, not Duke.
Okay.
But I mean, yeah. Jonah, I haven't been watching a ton of it, but I've been following along.
Yeah.
I've been checking in. When is the PSG Chelsea game? Sunday?
Tomorrow at 3 o'clock Eastern.
Okay. Respect.
PSG Chelsea final. PSG has been so dominant this turn. They've given up one goal.
Yeah, what was it? They beat Real 4-0?
I have 3 or 4-0. They beat them. Then they beat they've just been on a tear, dude. They are so good.
Who did Man City lose to again?
We just Al Hilal, and that was very heartbreaking. That game didn't start till 9 o'clock Eastern, and I was there. I was watching the game till 12:30 at night, and they lost. It was heartbreaking. Refs were terrible. I know I say that every time a team loses, but watching games on the East Coast is the worst thing ever.
And watching games in Mountain Time is the best thing ever.
Yeah.
Because prime time is dinner time, and then late night prime time is prime time, and then it's like, all right, I have nothing else to do. I'm going to bed.
Exactly. But it's been an interesting tournament. I think Chelsea or PSG they're just so dominant. I think they'll beat Chelsea tomorrow. So that'll be their 5th trophy if they win tomorrow.
The coolest man on the planet comes in, Cole Palmer.
Dude, I think it's gonna be a really good matchup. Chelsea, yes, have had quite an easy path, but they can't. You can't control who you play, but Chelsea, they're still a solid team. I think it'll be really good. If Chelsea wins, I think it'll be like 1-0, or the final score is going to be like 2 or 3-1 PSG. But it'll be good if PSG wins. That'll be their 5th trophy this year. And then on August 13th, they play in the UEFA Super Cup, which is the Champions League winner versus the Europa League winner. So they'll play Tottenham, which will be an obliteration, and that could be their potential 6th trophy of the year, which would just be insane. It'd probably go down as one of the best seasons.
Yeah, it would.
In history.
It
already kind of is.
I know I don't flaunt myself as much of a soccer head, and I am not saying I am, but I do know like the treble is the key to like having a historic season.
They won the quad.
You win a quad or more, you're going to be done.
I mean, City did that a few years back. They won 5 trophies there. They won the Club World Cup, they won the Super Cup, Champions League, FA Cup, and Premier League. So I mean, this team is probably going to be right up there with that. Dude, they've just been on a tear this season. If you look at who they've beaten and how they've beaten them, I mean, they beat Inter Milan in the Champions League final 5-0.
Easy.
Going into that, they beat
Arsenal. Everybody in Liga.
They beat City. They beat Villa. They beat Arsenal. I'm trying to think who else they played. Then they destroyed Inter Milan. And then even in this tournament, they beat Atletico Madrid. They beat Inter Miami with Messi's team 4-0. I know that's not too impressive, but I mean, hey, 4-0.
Hey, it doesn't matter. If you go out if you beat a professional group of athletes as a professional group of athletes and decimate them, it does not matter.
So I'm looking at it since January. They beat Man City earlier in the Champions League. March they beat Liverpool in Champions League. They beat Villa in Champions League. They beat Arsenal in Champions League. So those are already your 4 top teams essentially in Premier League. Then in the final they won 5-0 in the Champions League final, and then they beat Atletico 4-0, who's a top team in La Liga.
You beat Real, another top team in La Liga.
And then before that, they beat Bayern, who's the best team in Germany. They beat them 2-0. Then they beat Madrid 4-0. And if they beat Chelsea, another top Premier League team, for another trophy, and then they beat Tottenham, another top team. And it's just an insane run. It's an insane run.
You basically take out like half of the top half of the Premier League. You take out the top team in Germany. You take out a couple of the top teams in Spain. You are the top team in France, and you beat the top team in Italy. Top team in Italy. You win the entire thing of Europe, and you're going to win the entire best club of the world.
Yeah, no, it's an insane.
How are you not a top 10 team of all time?
It's insane. No, they will definitely go down, and they're so young. They have so much.
And the funniest
part, they have so much talent. They beat Mbappe again.
If you were to say this to a PSG fan, that hey, you are going to have arguably one of the greatest teams in
if you said this 2-3 years ago,
football history without
Messi,
Neymar, or Kylian Mbappe, they would look at you like you just asked to do drugs.
And it's even better that they beat Madrid with Mbappe and they beat them 4-0, and then they won the Champions League, and it's just like I love it. But so that'll be fun, and then Premier League starts up about mid-August, so that'll be cool. We got about a month till that. But yeah, soccer's final. That's tomorrow, so that should be fun. So yeah.
Should we get into just a little bit of, speaking of football, American football?
Yeah, dude. What are you looking forward to most for this season?
There's only one thing I can care about, and I know I'm gonna sound like I'm a Patriots fan, obviously, Boston guy. I'm extremely high on the Pats this year. I think we made all the moves that we needed to make. We are in the right direction. We had set the tone early, getting Vrabel. And then we go into free agency, lock down our defense with Carlton Davis, Milton Williams, Spillane, and Harold Landry, and all the other guys. And then you go out, get Stephon Diggs, and you basically solidify yourself as a true, legitimate team in the AFC.
Mm-hmm.
Which is what I wanted. I don't care. I don't need to win another Super Bowl. I just want to be a competitive team.
Mm-hmm.
Is this going to be... Are the Patriots going to be competitive right away? I don't know. But if everything goes the way that they should, my hot take is that this is a 12-win football team.
I like that.
And I can go through that 12...
Should we go through the Patriots schedule just to wrap it up? We can kind of go through a team a week. Let's see. All right, week 1.
Hold on.
I can tell you.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
We got the Patriots hosting the Raiders first week of the season. All right. Patriots traveling to Miami. That's always a tough one.
1-1. It will always going to Miami is always tough.
Yeah. Patriots hosting the Steelers week 3.
I think that will be a win just because of their quarterback situation. Rodgers isn't that good anymore.
All right.
Especially in a lesser offense.
Yeah. Back-to-back home game hosting Carolina.
Win. So 3-1.
Sunday night football in Buffalo.
Loss.
Okay.
So 3-2.
Then the next week at New Orleans.
4-2.
Next week at Tennessee.
5-2.
Vrabel revenge.
Love it.
What is this, week 7 now? Hosting Cleveland.
I think it might be 8. I think we're 6-2.
6, 7. That was week 8. Okay.
So
6-2. Week 9 hosting Atlanta.
7-2.
All right. Week 10 going down to Tampa.
7-3.
Okay. Week 11. Week 11. Thursday night home game versus the Jets.
8-3.
Okay. Looks like that's theirs. So we got some time off. Then we're going to Cincinnati. That'd be an interesting one. Cincy right now is a 4.5-point favorite
for a good reason.
Sunday, just 11 a.m. or just the morning slate game.
I have us 9-3, right?
I think 8-3 right now.
Let's go 8-4.
All right, 8-4. So that should be week 12 to 1. Okay, so week 13 at 8-4. Monday Night Football hosting the Giants.
Win.
All right, so 9-5.
9-4.
9-4. next week hosting the Bills.
When do we get our bye? God damn.
I think I might have skipped over our bye.
I think it already probably happened. I think it might just be like the calendar.
Yeah, it doesn't. I'm just going week.
It's all good. It's all good. Don't worry about it. Okay, so 9-4, hosting the Bills, win. Hot take.
I like that.
10-4.
Oh, I think their bye week is after the. No.
It doesn't matter. 10-4.
Going to Baltimore. Ooh, in December. December 12th. New England at Baltimore. Baltimore's 8.5 point favorite.
Loss.
Okay.
At Baltimore, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. 10-5, I think I have us right now.
Yeah. Okay, so you're right there.
What are the last two?
At the Jets and then home against the Dolphins to close out the season.
Win and win. 12-5.
So yeah, 12. Yeah, you're right there. All right. I like that.
I also would not be shocked if we just are like a 500 team.
Patriots bye week is week 14.
I feel like that's where a lot of like their later or like the worst games, I'd say. So yeah.
You know what team I'm super hyped about this year? Da Bears.
Da Bears.
I've been an honorary Bears fan the last 2 seasons, or mainly last season, because I am the biggest Caleb Williams fan. I think the Bears are going to be very, very competitive this year. They made a lot of great offseason moves. They got arguably now a top 5 offensive line. Caleb Williams is going to ball out. Ben Johnson, new coach. I think the Bears are going to be a very good team, and I'm so excited to watch.
I think they're going to be great. Shout out Ozzie Trapillo, a BC guy. He got drafted by the Bears. Shout out Luther Burden. They're going to be fun. They're going to be fun for sure. I think that Ben Johnson offense is really going to turn things around for them.
Yeah. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to watching. Dude, first week of the season, Vikings at Bears Monday Night Football.
JJ McCarthy first game. JJ McCarthy first game Monday Night Football
in Chicago.
But also first game for Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams together.
Yeah.
So that would be good.
Have you seen the first week schedule? Thursday night we have Cowboys at Philly.
That'll be good.
Thursday, and then they have a Friday game in
Brazil, probably.
Brazil, Chiefs Chargers.
That'll be good.
And then Sunday, just normal slate. Sunday night football, first week of the season, Ravens Bills. So it's a bit early for that matchup. I like that when that's like a week 12.
I mean,
but
you need
these guys
it
are not going to be fresh.
It just happened.
Yeah, I totally get it. But also that the afternoon primetime game looks like it is Lions Packers. Lions at Packers. And then Monday night game, Vikings at Bears.
That'll be a good first week.
Yeah. Any other good matchups I'm trying to look? Nothing crazy that stands out. Cam Ward's first game in the Mile High City in Denver. That's going to be tough. That's going to be rocking. Yeah. I'm excited. I'm excited for NFL season. When is this? When is week 1? September 4th? Damn. Counting down the days, dude. Less than 2 months. I think there's preseason this month though. Hall of Fame game. Chargers Lions. That DJ Khaled died.
Of course it is.
Have you seen? God, what a guy. Another one. Well,
all right, brother.
Real.
Shout out Magic John.
Shout out the Red Sox walk-off home run last night.
That was awesome.
Absolutely electric, dude. Eight straight.
8 straight.
They making a playoff push right now.
As of right now, they have a wild card spot, so they will be in the playoffs.
I love it. Let's
keep going. Just keep the momentum.
Red Sox future. Red Sox win the World Series this year.
Love it.
I have not been thinking about this. How random is Brandon Bass?
For me, not random because I think about Brandon Bass daily. But
what about Jared Sullinger?
Both of those are good.
That was just what came to mind real quick. Those dog days of the Celtics.
I'll give with 2 Syracuse boys to close it out. Shout out Hakeem Warwick and Johnny Flynn. Shout out Johnny. You should know who Johnny Flynn was. He was drafted 2 picks ahead of Stephen Curry by the Minnesota Timberwolves. So, if you don't know, you know. It's another episode for everybody. I think that's episode 6.
Yeah.
Pretty sure. Yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
I think we'll see how we feel about wanting to do an episode next week. We might keep maybe the every other week just because it's summertime.
Dead time, yeah.
Yeah, but
we'll see.
I think we'll talk about that and we can figure it out. But until then, I'm Connor Ryan.
Jonah Newberger.
Jonah, you got any final words for the people?
Yes, Red Sox will win the World Series this year.
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
We will see you for another episode next time. Peace out.